The Hancock Chamber is at the open house here at Holy Trinity Catholic School, the elementary school here in Bay St. Louis, right here. My neighbor,
Yes.
right across the street on 2nd Street. And with me today are some of our teachers, our administrators. We have our principal, Haley Cuevas. Haley, tell us about why this is such a special place for people to send their children.
We have the unique opportunity here at Holy Trinity to educate the total child, not only with academics, but spiritually. So it's really unique in that we get to speak to kids about who they are, that they're a child of God, and that God created them, and who they really, who they want to become, not what they want to do when they grow up. So we serve children from pre-K1 all the way through 6th grade, and we're very grateful for all of our community members to come out and share this with us tonight.
And one of the lead teachers here, the lead teacher, is Natalie Kanichi. Tell me, what does it mean to be a lead teacher, and tell us a little bit about the academics that people can find here at Holy Trinity.
Yes, I couldn't ask for a better staff. I work directly with the teachers. We have actually adopted a new curriculum this year. We're doing the HMH into reading and into math programs. We're implementing those, and they've been very successful so far. We actually have a computer science program that we are implementing as well. We have great just programs all around STEM scopes. We've just received some studies weekly from our social studies curriculum. And it's just been a very rewarding job to work with the teachers here at Holy Trinity. It really is just like a family.
And we saw that just last week for the Fall Festival, and what a great example of the engagement that you have here with the parents and the students and the teachers. And one of the things that we need to do as a community is to support schools like Holy Trinity, because you can't just exist on tuition alone, right? And so you need a way to raise the funds to be able to provide the services that are needed by the students. And so with me today is Beth Cranford, and she is chairing Coastal Charm, which is the annual fundraiser. Tell us a little bit about that. I know it's coming up.
Yes, ma'am. It is our 5th year, so we're getting very excited. It is Cinco de Coastal Charm. So last year we kind of played around with the theme. This year we're going to keep going with that. So it's a fiesta theme. We are drawing down for the first ticket will get $1,000. The last ticket will receive a trip to Mexico at a all-inclusive resort, airfare included, so it's going to be wonderful. And we typically raise about $70,000 to $80,000 a year with this fundraiser, so it's very important to our school with the operating expenses and some of the extracurricular things that our school provides. So, yep.
And so one of the things that people want to do when they want to consider Holy Trinity is they call up or they walk in and they say, "Can you give me a tour?" Jordan Kabizek, tell us about what we're going to see today, and I'm going to let you take it away and take us on a tour, right?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so first thing everyone does when they walk in the door, I would greet them. I say, "Welcome to Holy Trinity." I don't think you've been here before. And the first comment I get is, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know that this building was here. I didn't know there was a school here." Or, "That's a lot of space." So we are very fortunate to be in the heart of Bay St. Louis. Everyone asks, what are some of your favorite things about Holy Trinity? I actually went to school here. I started when I was in pre-K3. I graduated from OLA. I taught at public school. I came back, and now I have my babies here. So my first office at Holy Trinity was the same room that I went to kindergarten in. So it's definitely a full circle moment. My kids are in 2nd grade and kindergarten, and then we just start the tour, so we can head this way.
All right.
But the first thing about our school is we have an interventionist. So what that interventionist does, it used to be Miss Kanichi. We hired someone who's here part-time. They help students who are struggling. So they work with anyway from kindergarteners to 6th graders who are struggling, usually pulling out for a small group. We also, on the other side of that, have our Quest classroom. So our Quest program is for 3rd through 6th graders. You can come on in. And this is a really cool classroom. So this is kind of starting off a little bit of change in our school. So we want to move more from traditional paper, pencil on the computer to more hands-on. Our kids love to be moving. So with that, we have some mindful mats. We have lots of robots. Now, don't ask me how to do them or use them, but the kids know how to do. So we have the brick robots here. They get to build these things, and then they program them with the iPads over there, and they get to move them around. We also have Sphero robots, which are right over here. It looks like a little golf ball. We went to Infinity Space Center. They did a wonderful lesson. We got a grant from them. We also got to learn how the kids could program and move them around. And then these are Spike robots. We also have a lot more. We have BrickBots, MBots, QBots, all the bots. And like I said, I don't know how to do it, but the kids definitely do. So y'all can come right this way. They are the teachers. You just let them figure it out and they go. So we also have the robots, but then we also do all kinds of other stuff. So this is an example of being in 6th grade. So Quest is a 3rd through 6th grade program. This is an example of 6th grade work. So you have them write a poem. They had to do the background. They had to do a self-portrait. This is more poetry. This is a 5th grade, and this is more a fiction story or made up something. So on the other side of this wall, we also have an example of the 3rd and 4th graders. So that is what our Quest program serves. One of my favorite things and something we've been doing lately is we're going around town. So one of our favorite things about Holy Trinity is it's walking distance. We go to the beach a lot. We go to the Duck Pond and the Purple Park. We call that right across the school. We have Ruth's Roots, which we go to. Ms. Curry actually did something last year, and we're hoping to decorate the garden this year for Christmas. We also have Main Street collaborators, and then we get to go do things like pottery. So Mr. Barney, he is the Mad Potter of Bay St. Louis. I actually got to participate this time after a few years of looking, but we got to make pottery. So we did pots, we did made some beads for jewelry, we got to do slab pottery, and we got to do coil pots. So that was really cute. And wind chimes, yes, the 6th graders actually just went yesterday, and they got to do wind chimes, and then they got to do 2 more vases, not just the little pots. We also go to the Mary Alice Mosley Museum, and that's really neat. They do some art classes. This is a kindergarten classroom. So you said your child is in 1st currently? Okay, so this is kindergarten classroom. This is Miss Tammy. They have small groups here, and they rotate to differentiate instruction. So each class has about 20 kids. That's our max capacity. And it also has, we have 2 classes of each grade level. So our max capacity, we have a pre-K1, a pre-K2, and then all the way from pre-K3 to 6th grade, we have 2 classes. So we're very, very close to being full. We probably have 30 more students, and then we will be full and just taking new students who are coming into pre-K at that moment. We also have our 1st grade classrooms. We have 2 1st graders. And this is probably my favorite class in the whole school. You get to see the Grotto of Mary right here, of course, when it's daylight, and you can see all the way to the beach. So something special about Miss Perone is she is in charge of our gardening. So we got a grant from Mississippi Power, and they gave us a greenhouse. Our parents helped build it, and then we have a couple of parents who donate. They are actually making a salad garden where they're going to make all their components of a salad and get to eat it in the spring. So they're excited about that. We just put up our aluminum figures where they did shades, and they had to make their figure, their sculpture, and then shade it in the back. We just put those up. We also have, you can kind of see each grade level progresses, so everyone's not doing the same thing. You have your foil print backgrounds here. This is probably my favorite. This is the 1st graders, but they took a paper bag, a Ziploc bag with water, and stamped the roses. Here's some of our sweet students, and they're all here, and we have Miss Trapani. Every year, this little guy, Kai, he brings chicks for us, and we get to watch them hatch and grow.
Carol Ann's older sister and I went to college together.
Oh, did she? She is so sweet. She's a kindergarten teacher, and we just love her. So we also did a unit on Native Americans, and then we are in our 2nd grade classes. So this is Miss Spears' class. You have 2 classes of 2nd grade. Right now they have 19, but our max is 20 in this grade. We have, Miss Spears is really neat because she does a lot of positive behavior reinforcement. So instead of just saying, oh, you get a red, you get a color, they'll get little tallies. If they misbehave, they get redirections. But that is just a warning. What she does is give dojo points, and with that they get these little tickets right behind you, and they have all the positive behavior things you can cash them in for. Stinky feet is one where they get to take off their shoes. They get to bring a stuffy to school. They get to wear a hat. The teacher's chair is really popular. All kinds of things that the kids love. So that's something really special about her. We also have a couple more art pieces, and then we can go upstairs. We do art all the way from pre-K 2 all the way to 6th grade. So here is our pre-K 3. Here's an example of kindergarten. So lots of fun in art. Fine arts, we offer 4 activity classes. That's library, PE, fine arts, and technology. Fine arts includes the art, music. They do some drama. They are also putting on a Christmas program at the community hall, so lots of fun things. So another thing about our school that makes it really special, and a lot of people come and they're like, everyone's so happy, everyone's so sweet. Well, a lot of our teachers have kids. So I have 2 kids, Miss Babin has 2, Mr. Kyle has 2. So everyone's kind of looking out for each other, and that's my favorite part. Because if I'm not there, if I'm on a field trip or I have to do something, I know that my baby's okay. Miss Alexa has 4 kids downstairs. I don't know how she does it, but we also do AR. So AR is not, you don't have to meet your goal. It's not one of those things where you have to push, meet your goal to make reading not fun. What we do is offer positive rewards if they do make it. So one of those things where they got to throw water balloons at Father Mike and Miss Cuevas as they passed it on a golf cart. That was a blast. And they were a glutton for punishment because they kept passing back and forth. This past time we had a little fall festival carnival in addition to our big fall fest, but they got to play cornholes, they got to have music, and they got to dance. And then one time they did the game on Mobile. So they kind of tailor it. They also had a silly string war, which was fun on that turf, but it was great. Do y'all have any questions?
So across the way is also the turf area you were talking about, as well as the gym.
We have the turf. We have 3 options. Once you get to kindergarten downstairs, so you have 3 options. You have the turf, which is about a soccer field size. You have the basketball court, and then you have a built-in gated off playground. So a lot of the kids like to play on that. The boys, of course, like the turf in the field. Do you have a little boy or girl? Boy. Yeah, the boys love the field. That's their favorite thing. They love to play soccer or football. We also use that turf. Coastal Charm is a big part of that, and that's our big fundraiser. We have 2. The 800 Club is one where you sell tickets at the beginning of the year, and then we have Coastal Charm, which is our big, social event of the year, which is my favorite event. It's actually at the community center in the spring, so I invite everyone to attend because it's a great, great day. Okay, and then this is kind of the end of the hall. So you can kind of see the 3rd grade works. They had to pick a saint and research them and write on it. So we incorporate a lot of writing into religion and social studies. So it's a multidisciplinary subject instead of this is your writing, this is your social studies. And then we have our on-site chapel. So we go to church every Friday at OLG. We walk through OLA. We go to church, and then if it's ever raining or, there's an issue going, maybe a funeral in the church, we let the class in charge come to our on-site chapel, and they have a little chapel mass in here. Mr. Kyle's room, they actually did a really cool experiment today that I walked in on. I have some pictures. They used turmeric and baking soda and made some kind of chemical reaction. They got to paint with Q-tips, and then they poured the turmeric on the paper, and it made some crazy art projects. So I'm going to post some of that later. He's also very into, this is science for 5th and 6th grade. So our 5th and 6th graders rotate 4 times. They have a science teacher, they have a math teacher, they have an ELA, and then they have a social studies and religion teacher that are combined. So this is kind of more the 5th and 6th grade part of the hall. We also have lockers, and they get to earn those and keep them. And this part of the hall is our 6th grade hall. So here we have Miss Box. So we have, and I'll let us pop into here. Miss Box is not only a math teacher to 5th and 6th grade, she's also a mom. She has a kindergartner also and a pre-K 3. So she's here. She has a very cute classroom, and the kid, she's new to us this year, and we're very fortunate to have her. So this is our science lab, and this was actually built when I was in 2000, when I was in 6th grade. So, and it has not been updated, but we are also looking for grants to update this into a functioning room. This is, you still have your gas from when that was popular. Pretty soon, next week, this is actually turning into Santa shop. So the kids get to take their money. We bought all kinds of presents, and they get to come buy their parents and loved ones presents. So they love it. The kids love picking out those things. Here's some more of our robot kits, and we have 5 3D printers with the filament. So the kids get to program, and all you have to do is plug in a little USB into the printer, and it goes during the day. So that's really neat to see. I know the library has one, but it's neat to see in person. This is the end of the hallway, but we have our 6th grade ELA class, and we have a computer lab. In the computer, they do coding, and they also use a lot of the STEM kits on their Fun Friday. You know, the kids just, they absolutely love being here. Everyone has smiles on their faces. A lot of the people drop their kids off in the golf cart, or they ride their bike to school, so that's precious. And we always welcome parents to be on board, helping, volunteering. Fridays are duty-free lunch, so we get to actually let the teachers have their lunch period off. Grandparents, anyone gets to come in, watch the kids, and then we kind of feed the teachers from there. So lots of things like that. OLA and Stanislaus is always over here. They are actually coming over next week. Feast of St. Stanislaus, they'll do a little service project. OLA Spanish Honor Society, they came and did Dia de los Muertos things with our 1st grade. And we get to work with Stanislaus for the marine biology lab.
Well, talk to us about the tuition. What does it cost to actually send a child here?
So there's a little bit of a sliding scale. It goes anywhere from $7,250 for pre-K 1 and 2, which includes 2 snacks and a meal, and then all the way to about $5,000 for an active Catholic. And then when you have more kids, it goes up to, I think it's $9,000 for 2 kids, active Catholic, and then 3 kids is $12,000. So it depends on if you're active Catholic, if you have your parish subsidy form signed, and then it depends on if you're multi-child or not, or pre-K or not. So we have lots of different things, but everything is in the folder. There's facts, there's school times, there's uniforms. So I definitely recommend everyone coming to schedule a tour, getting more individualized things, and you can ask those questions or email me. That's really the safest and easiest way to get me in touch with people.
So how do they get in touch with you then?
Jay, okay, now this is a tough last name. I blame my husband. So it's Jay Kapidzik, Kapidzik at holytrinitybsl.org.
And if they don't remember that, what's the phone number?
228-467-5158. Or you can look on the website, which is holytrinitybsl.org.
Well, when you asked me earlier, when did you graduate from Holy Trinity, which was then Our Lady of the Gulf
Yes.
Elementary School, I cannot tell you when I graduated, but I did go to school here. I'm an alum. And
Yes.
from here, I went on to Our Lady Academy. So I sent my children here.
Yeah, I remember
And also
that.
to OLA, so I
Yeah.
can vouch that was a great decision
Right.
to give my children a faith-based education, and we are very fortunate to have Holy Trinity here in Stanislaus and OLA, but we're also very fortunate that we have really strong public schools too.
That's right.
So here in Hancock County, you have a choice for education. Thank you so much. You're
Thank
a wonderful
you.
representative
Thank
for Holy
y'all.
Trinity, and if you want to find out more, call Jordan.
That's right. Thank you.